Today, I'm going to talk about DeepSeek and the disruption it caused in the AI industry. I want to go over the reasons behind the improvement of technology in China that is linked to the decades of investment on human capital and on education, and compare it to the educational system in the US. If you look at American universities' performance in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, they're the best in the world. They're leading papers that are in these areas coming out of American university. And in other areas also, American universities, they have very high standards. So overall, we could say American universities are among the best or the best universities in the world. But when you look at the rating and ranking of tests that come out of grade 1 through grade 12, means from primary school, elementary school, and high school, in areas of math, science, and those areas that later go to STEM, means those people that take those tests later gonna go to the STEM majors at universities. If you look at those rating, you see that US is not even top 10 in the world. So there is a best universities that you have in the US that is the top number one, but when you have uh, pre-university ratings and ranking in tests is not even top 10. So how could a country that produce people that write very high standard papers in technology and science came out of a public school and educational system that is not ranking even top 10? The reason is those people that contribute the most to the STEM and to the foundation of science and technology in the US are not trained in the US. Means the first 12 years of their education, they receive those education in another country. Could be China, could be India, could be some other countries. They're prepared more, they have more solid foundation in order to enter to new university, especially in those STEM majors, and produce science and technology and even start a company. So as you can see, you have an educational system in the US that really don't benefit the majority of residents in the US, because if you're born in this country, you don't receive such education that later could help you to be successful in university and in higher paying jobs. But if you're born in other country and you receive better education, you could just apply for a visa, or you could get a job. You could move to the US and then enter university and contribute to the success of American universities. So from a start, you see that if you simulate this situation long enough, you're gonna see that majority of people not gonna be successful in such a system. But if you compare this to other countries, for example China, The education they receive in primary school, in secondary school, elementary school, and high school, the education um, prepared them much more for education in university compared in the US, especially in STEM majors. Maybe in some other areas there's some advantage, but when it comes to science, technology, engineering, and math, they're more prepared. Let me tell you my own experience. I studied in one of STEM's majors in one of best universities in the US. And around 70 to 80% of my classmates were not born and educated in the US. They were like foreign born educated there, and then when they want to apply for university, they came to the US. What does that mean? This is, if you think about it, is very deep. It means the education system in other countries prepare a student better for education in American universities than schools here in America. It means school here in America cannot prepare a student as good as other countries' school for transition to university. And if you think about it, if this system go long enough, it means there is bigger and bigger gap between education in the first 12 years and the education universities. And that's why you see American universities are ranking top in the world, because in a way they have the best people prepared better in their education system. They come to us and contribute to this scientific area, and this gonna go on. When those people get graduated, they're gonna start a company, and again the corporation is gonna be filled with people that either themselves are immigrant or their children of immigrants. So as you can see, this system not benefiting the majority of American population, because how can you compete with best educated people with the higher standards of education in other countries? This is not a very fair competition, as you can imagine. Although in this system many Americans were not able to enter universities and study STEM majors because of the unipolar moment that America experienced after the fall of Soviet Union, the economy was so good that people without education, without higher education, could have a good standard of living. But this moment is over, because other countries are competing in areas of technology, in high industries, and in area of manufacturing. So when those countries are competing in these areas, means the capital is not all flowing into the US. And those people that came to the US to receive higher education, they have alternative options. They could go to China, for example, get their education in Chinese university that getting better and better. And those Chinese people that once they really want to come to American universities and educate themselves in American universities, they have more option, better option, and less appealing option for them to come to the US. And even those people that already have education in American universities, either from China or other countries, they would go back to their own countries. So, what happened in this situation is you have a country, the US, that only relied on, or for most part relied on, top foreign students to come to US and contribute to the economy, and did not create a good first 12-year education system to give a solid foundation in a STEM major for its population. And those group of people are not as available as before. So you have more and more people in China. They could just create something with $6 million budget. Someone that never had any education in the US. You have people in India that come up with great startups. You have people in other Latin America, other part of the world, that they come up with great technologies that is not inside the US. Plus, those people that are here and experiencing higher level of um, living, higher standard of living, when the whole economy is not as appealing to them as before, they slowly gonna move to their own country of origin. And that is how the whole economy is suffering. But the solution for the downfall of economy is none of the step is being taken right now. For example, if you do export control on chips or decouple from China, or ban TikTok, or put 100% tariffs on electric car that could benefit environment and human lives, all these actions not gonna help the downfall of American economy. Is gonna make it faster, because what you need to be focused on to invest on human capital, invest on education, instead of getting distracted with whatever is happening in the world. You just have focus on your own population, give them a better education. In few generation, they're gonna be a contributor to the economy, and also they could cooperate with other countries, including China, to help the whole humanity rise. This is the way that you could get out of the downfall of economy, get out of this mess that is happening right now. But all the solution that are taken right now is make everything worse, because the solution is not on areas that really solve the fundamental problems. I really want to know your ideas. Please write it in the comment section.